Much of the west coast of America is under a state of emergency tonight, bracing for a hurricane they're calling Frankenstorm. Hundreds of thousands of people are being evacuated from low-lying areas of New York City, and US airlines have cancelled more than 3,000 flights ahead of Hurricane Sandy. It's expected to hit the American mainland tomorrow morning, Australian time. Kim Cunningham is a meteorologist with the Weather Channel in Atlanta, and she joined me a short time ago. Kim, where are meteorologists now anticipating the storm will make landfall?
Well, Lee, right now it is going to make landfall probably in southern New Jersey. There's a little window that it could maybe around the Maryland area, maybe up towards New York City. But most of the computer models are now indicating it's going to be maybe southern or central New Jersey. For Australians who aren't familiar with the geography of the United States, that area you've described is a very populous area. We're talking millions and millions of people. We call it the megalopolis for good reason. We got Washington, D.C., New York City, we've got Hartford, we've got Boston, we've got Philadelphia. So most of our people here in the U.S., a lot of them live in that area. So we've already got mass transit that is closed down right now. Let's see, Wall Street is closed down as well. And all the Amtrak services are stopped at this time because of this, because they don't want people out in the height of this storm. Many Australians will remember Hurricane Katrina. How does the strength of this storm compare to that? It's hard to compare this with Hurricane Katrina. One, when it does make landfall, it is not going to be a tropical system per se. It's going to be what we call an extratropical system, and it's going to take on different characteristics. The wind field, if you want to talk about wind field, is so much larger than Katrina was. Katrina was a large hurricane. It was a Category 3 hurricane. But this wind field is 4 or 5 times larger than Hurricane Katrina. Katrina's winds were mainly around the center as a Cat 3. This extends all the way hundreds of miles on either side. So the wind field is larger. It's going to be a stronger system. Probably storm surge is going to be very high as well. But more people are going to be affected by it as well, compared to what Katrina did. I've seen this storm described as a meteorologically mind-boggling combination of ingredients. What are the factors that have come together to make such a big storm happen in the US at this time? Well, to have a hurricane that has a minimal pressure of 950 millibars at this time go into a transition into an extratropical system where the wind field does get so broad, typically they don't move north and then west to the U.S. Typically, these systems move out to sea because they get a lot of their energy from our jet stream that's coming from west to east. And as it does it, it moves it away from the U.S. But because of things coming together with high pressure to the north and this jet stream coming in, it's going to force it westward. And we have never seen this happen. So we're going to see this transition, a very deep area of low pressure come in, a very large wind field, heavy rain, flooding rains. Some areas picking up 20 inches possibly, and even a couple feet of snow in the higher elevations. And storm surge is going to be huge as well. We're going to have a persistent onshore flow. The fact these winds are going to be with us probably for the next at least 48 to 72 hours in some cases, a prolonged event, is what's going to make this so dangerous. And are you aware if Americans are heeding the warnings to evacuate from dangerous and low-lying areas? Absolutely. I think local officials were on board, most of them anyway, early on, seeing that, you know, the computer models are very consistent and taking this inland as a very strong storm, one we have not seen before, kind of a combination, like the perfect storm, if you will, a nor'easter and a hurricane together. And I think they got scared, so they had people, they're making sure they don't want it on their clock that somebody gets injured or dies from this. So they did take the necessary precautions in evacuating people from the low-lying areas and the coastal regions. Well, we're no stranger to devastating storms in Australia, so our thoughts are very much with you in the United States tonight. Kim Cunningham, thank you very much for your time. Thank you. Thank you so much.